Well, and just coming in, losing his height a bit. Can't afford to do that. Got to stand up tall. Use that jab.
Good body shot and a right hand too from Nesterenko, and he catches Khaliq with a left hook. And at the moment, the Nottingham fan is struggling in there.
Well, that was a good combination of punches from Nesterenko.
Who's got good hand speed, Glenn.
He has. He's quick. It's these short little quick shots that are like troubling Khaliq.
This could be a tough one for the Nottingham improver, Jawaid Khaliq. He's in here with a fellow who's been there and done it for a really established title like the European Championship, which, with respect to the IBO, means rather more than their junior belt.
Well, again, he's just waiting too long, Khaliq, allowing Nesterenko to tee off first.
Some of Khaliq's sparring for this fight was with Ricky Hatton, and I know one or two people in the camp not altogether happy that he was sparring with Hatton. Did it do him much good? It's a tough bloke to get in with, isn't it? Every day.
Yep, that's hard. But if you're gonna move on, that should be good for you.
Yeah, but should Khaliq be a sparring partner?
Well, no, but he's still. It will do him some good as far as somebody like Hatton. Yeah, that's quality sparring that you can't buy.
Good uppercut from Khaliq, raises the Nottingham crowd. Nesterenko tries with a couple of combination punches as Khaliq rather dived in at him. Bit better here from Khaliq. Again, he scores with that whipping left hand. Walked onto a right, mind. Well, some of the famous names who've held the welterweight championship. At the moment, of course, we've got Vernon Forrest, who had that sensational win over Sugar Shane Mosley. He's the #1. Andrew Sixheads Lewis. Doesn't look that good to me, the WBA champion. Khaliq holding this IBO title at the moment. The European champion, Christian Blatt. Well, that could be a possible fight down the road for Khaliq if he can get through this one, of course. Might be a future fight for Nesterenko.
You snap your shots in. You're being lazy. Right, you're the champ, now you'll fight like the champ, yeah? Come on.
Not happy, Glenn?
No, they're not. They've got to try and tee him up a bit. They want more work from him. He's got to try and impose himself in the area, and that's something he's not really doing.
It's the 5th round. White trunks of Khaliq. Hundreds of his fans in here, but they can't get in there with him. Danger of the heads banging together as they work close in there.
Good better for Khaliq there, his little combination. Well, you saw the fast hands of Nesterenko coming back.
Khaliq, who won this title from the American Willie Wise. And Wise, remember, had beaten a very faded Julio Cesar Chavez. So that was a good win. Good right hand there, around the temple. Nesterenko gives him a bit of an old-fashioned look.
And Nesterenko, whenever he's in close, holds on for dear life, doesn't allow Khaliq to work, to use his strength.
Bit better, though, for Khaliq. He's picking it up again here, starting to take over, having been outboxed for a couple of rounds. Again, he charged in a straight line and got picked off by a right hand. It didn't really land flush, but that's a bad habit. It's happened a couple of times.
Yes, there's certainly things that Khaliq has to learn as he moves up in class, making some silly mistakes.
It's only his 20th pro fight tonight, having turned professional in his mid-20s.
Well, he does, he leaps in too close. That makes him smother his work. He's got to give himself room. He's tall, he's got long arms. He's not going to get the leverage.
Going to get a timeout here now. 1 point off for holding for Nesterenko. He's been doing quite a bit of grabbing every time that Khaliq's come close. Well, that's a useful point as far as Khaliq's concerned. It's pretty tight at the moment. Oh, right hand, good shot from the Russian. And that staggered Khaliq back just for a moment.
And Nesterenko keeps landing with a punch or a combination to make Khaliq think. Sharp left hook from Khaliq.
Last few seconds of this fifth round. Is Khaliq beginning to find some answers here? He certainly did the cleaner work in that round for me.
He cannot maintain a pace. He can't stay with you.
Well, you've got to get in it.
Give it in, he'll fall.
Get in it, come on.
They're really trying to G him up in there. There's that good right from Khaliq.
Well, that was the punch that he needs. He needs to keep throwing that combination. Either the straight left or the left hook, then the long right hand. That will work time and time again, but he's not doing that.
Now there's the holding by Nesterenko, which costs him a point deduction. So that could be a costly round for him.
There's the big right hand from Nesterenko towards the end of the round, where he had a good spell, and Khaliq shaken by that shot.
Now they come for round 6. Oh, and straight away Nesterenko thumps home a right hand over the top. Khaliq will get special mental preparation for his fights these days from Fidel Castro Smith, smooth operator from days of yore. I remember him in that fight with Henry Wharton when I thought he was robbed.
Finally, Khaliq starting to get the jab working. That's something that he hasn't done so far.
Maybe the corner of in hammering home that message. It's just a danger with Khaliq that he loads up a bit too much with that right hand, having put that Polish fighter away with it in a previous defense. Good right hand to the body there. Nesterenko, lovely left hook, and Khaliq has to give ground. Nesterenko's got 25 knockouts on his record in 37 wins. That's against 4 defeats and a draw.
Well, that's a good record, and that shows decent power as well, and Khaliq really can't afford to get hit with combinations like he just did.
Nesterenko's a fighter who can quite literally make his own headlines. He's a sometime sports reporter back home in St. Petersburg.
Well, if he wins this, he can give himself a good write-up.
He's probably doing the write-up. I don't think there are any Russian reporters here in Nottingham. He's been made to work for this, Khaliq. We thought in that first round this might be a quick job and maybe Nesterenko was way past his best. He was going to get knocked out. Hasn't turned out like that, has it?
It hasn't. Khaliq just hasn't really come to terms with his style. Hasn't used his jab the way he should. Not really boxing anyway like he can.
She's been made to look a bit ragged.